ordered some parts I've wanted for probably the last 30 years. I think I may have talked about it in the last video, but it's finally arrived. I'd ordered it years ago had I known it existed, but I just found out, so I just ordered it. Will it fit the truck? I have no clue. But I did my investigating and hope that I got it right, so. Here we are. This is the starter motor. Little tiny brushless like drone motor. And CNC gearbox. Start Nitro engines. We'll see. Will it fit? I don't know. Says it for 0.28 and 0.32 motors. That's a 0.32, so I hope it works. So this will run off 2S or 3S battery. Provides the BEC for the radio in the truck, so it no longer will need its own battery. Runs the glow plug, the motor, and BEC all off of one little circuit board. It's pretty slick. Are the wires long enough on this? I don't think so. So there's another issue. Just got to reach all the way from there, all the way to back here. I don't know. Is there enough clearance in there for this little motor next to that servo? I don't know. But it's plastic. We can clearance it, I'm sure. So I'm super excited. It's something I've wanted for years. Who doesn't want an electric starting Nitro monster truck? I mean, remote start. It's going to be pretty sweet. I specifically bought this radio to go with it. Ever since the Losi 10T came out, I bought that radio because I was going to buy that hardware to put on the truck, and then by the time I got the money to buy the hardware, it wasn't available. Truck was discontinued. I never ever saw the hardware anywhere to buy, so I thought I was screwed until I saw this. And we'll see. I'm going to have to run mine upside down, so the logo will be upside down, unfortunately, but that won't matter. I don't think the motor or anything else cares which way the logo is. Can't wait. Just also wanted to say something else about this, like the packaging. I mean, top-notch packaging. Screws are separated in their own little compartment. If they go and grab this off the shelf and fire it in a box, they don't have to go looking for screws or making sure something's there. I mean, very well done. This looks quality, well made. I hope I'm right. We'll see. But very happy with how it was packaged and shipped anyways. It doesn't look damaged in any way. Okay, well, I'm excited to be filming another video for you guys, especially on this topic. Okay, so we got that out. Yeah, I was a bit worried the starter wouldn't come with the right screws, or with any screws, and I was going to have to find some that would work, and it turns out they supplied them, so that's super sweet. Other companies should take note of that. Just supply the hardware. So if you look down in there, there's a gear that goes past there that sticks out. There's no way that shaft can protrude into there. It would fit otherwise. So what do? Go grind it off? Might have to spin the motor around the other way. The wires are going to be underneath. Be better if they come off the top and straight over. Yeah, they've got it set up to go on a motor this way that's mounted in the car over here. Mine's backwards, so I gotta flip it. So I think it'd be smart to pull that out, spin it around. Modifying that makes me nervous. But I do want this to be the final solution for a starter on this truck and just be done with it. Looks like there's plenty of clearance there. If I do grind this down, I don't know where I get another one, but I'm sure they make them. Somebody does, somewhere. I've always hated the radio box on this truck, like always. It's so small. They got all this room here, but they make this tiny, cramped, stupid. Oh, I've always hated it. Whenever you see smoke going by the camera, you know what to do. It means I'm soldering something. I made these long enough, but they made this too short. Why didn't they make it the same length? It literally is going to the same spot. I can ground this anywhere because my truck's all metal, so even though it's aluminum, it's not the greatest, it should still work. I'll test that theory before I go doing anything else. But I wouldn't want it right on the top like that, because you're getting a rollover and grinds your wire off. It'd be great if you could fit it through a fin at least. No, it doesn't fit. I guess the best, I was going to say you got to take the glow plug out to put it on, but then once the wire's on it, you put the glow plug in. Catch-22. I love the Chinese translation on these. Hear high-frequency soft voice and found that the brushless motor does not turn or jitter. This may be the engine stall or else stuck system can't run to immediately shut down the channel 3 button or turn off the power to destroy non-electrically adjustable wire harness. Continue after troubleshooting. The wiring harness in the work will be fever. Do not use cable tie or squeeze so as to avoid the internal lines and wiring short circuit. Yeah, okay. That's what I'm saying. I might just make a whole new battery box here that just holds everything. Fit it right in there nice and square. Prohibited. So they're suggesting if you use lots of servos, lots of high power servos. This truck does not, I don't think. So one steering servo, but one weak ass throttle servo. So choices. I can skip this battery, just go with one, or put two batteries. It looks like they really don't want you to use it that way, because they already got this pin pulled and covered. How do I figure out how many watts I've been using here? I've got a whole LED light kit too. So I'm using the Spectrum A6030 steering servo in this thing. It's actually for aircraft landing gear. Ultra high torque, it says. Yeah, I'll say it's worked real good in this. Well, you'd think it wouldn't be so hard to find these fucking specs, you know. It's telling you don't go over these amount of current. So I figured I'd Google the current rating for this. No, doesn't exist. The servo, no information on that. It's like, I don't know. So this is the radio I bought years ago, because I knew it had this button. And this came with the Losi 10T truck, if I remember correctly. I had the remote start, but I never got to buy the parts to make mine remote start. So I'm doing all this. I hate this little box. I'm looking forward to getting rid of it. So let's do it. And I think I'm going to go with just wiring this straight to the receiver. This truck is very light. Yeah. It's got a high torque servo in the front, but you don't ever drive it just sitting there with resistance on the steering. You're rolling and turning, right? So it shouldn't ever be that much current load. The LEDs, I mean, it's nothing. Seems to be locked in place, although it's not, doesn't look right, but it clicked. No, maybe it didn't. Ah. Now we have some space to work with here. Okay, so I need to remove this switch. Remote start port, RS port, bind, yes. So it should just automatically work. I'm a little scared to try it right now. It's the middle of the night and I'm in the house. This thing fires up. If not, we can just build a box. Okay, well, after a day or two of printing and designing, I've come up with this for a box for the Mad Force. A receiver there, starter control box there. Just barely reaches to the front. They made these cords for the glow plug so short. I know I could probably extend it, but I don't want to. I grounded it here. Hopefully it's okay. This whole truck's metal, so it should be fine, but I may have to move that. But I'm ready to start it. Got fuel on board. Just need to prime it, get some fuel in the engine. Everything's good to go. That's what it looks like all closed up. Battery can be disconnected quickly, but this switch would do the same thing. It's in line with the battery, so. It warned me not to wire it the way that I did, but I did anyways, because I don't think this truck pulls a whole lot of power on the servos. I mean, it has a good, powerful steering servo, but when it's rolling, it's not using a lot of juice. I don't crawl with it or anything, so. Should be okay. We'll find out. Okay. I've been waiting for this moment for like 30 years, you guys. Hopefully it works. Hang on. The funniest part about all this is I can't figure out the routine to start my truck because I don't need the glow thing anymore. I feel naked without all my nitro stuff, you know what I mean? Yeah, as I was saying, I don't know how to start this thing anymore. I don't need a glow igniter thing. I don't need a drill or starter wand, starter shaft. You know, just put fuel in and go. I don't know about this. I'm excited. Will it work? There it is, freshly installed. It's upside down, but that's the only way it works on this model. So. Yes. That is freaking awesome. I've dreamed of this day for years. Sounds like it could use some... It just tried starting again. Sounds like it could use some oil on the old chain there. Tuning's all off, obviously. About 10 degrees out here, and last time I ran it, it was 30, so it's a little off, I think. Nice driving. Look left, right, left, back. Didn't feel like either of them was going to be pushing out. Thank you, Lord, for another beautiful day. I purposely want to set the idle too low so it stalls so I can restart it.
Hey!
Seems like it's unable to do wheelies. Maybe all that extra weight I added is no good. The tuning is off a bit. Did you hear that? It just tried to start itself. I did not push the button. It happened when I turned the steering. So I think I got a problem. So I could probably go to a different battery system or go to a lower powered servo. They tell you not to use it the way that I am. I could see why, because it just chooses when it wants to start itself. If it gets too low on juice or something. Yeah. I don't know if it's getting a signal to remote start itself or if it's just doing that on its own because of low voltage or something, but I don't know. So far I'm not thrilled. It shouldn't be starting any time other than when I push the button. And I am trying to run my radio gear and servos off of this little speed controller that this came with, even though it says to not do that. And I was having some issues with it trying to remote start itself at random times, so I think it was a radio glitch. So I also got this little glitch buster thing. It's this little capacitor.